What's up, Water's Edge? Eddie Antil here. I'm the Williamsburg interim campus pastor. I'm so excited to be bringing you some sermon thoughts today. I'm going to share with you a couple things and show you just a quick clip from Pastor Stu's message on Sunday. And so why don't you go ahead and check this out, and then afterwards I'll give you my thoughts.
And people's lives are literally being changed. The story that immediately precedes this story we're reading today is a story where Jesus heals a man with leprosy. Jesus speaks the word, and the man's leprosy is healed immediately, instantaneously, in one moment. The story immediately following the story we're reading today, Jesus heals the mother-in-law of Peter. Now, Peter's one of Jesus' followers. You know about him. And Peter's mother-in-law was incredibly ill. She was very sick with a fever, and she was dying from this fever. And Jesus shows up at Peter's mother-in-law's house, and Jesus touches her hand. And when Jesus touches her hand, her fever breaks, and Peter's mother-in-law is healed, and she lives. And this is why a lot of scholars believe that Peter went on later to deny Jesus because he never really forgave Jesus for healing his mother-in-law. That's just a theory. I don't know if it's true or not. Oh, I love my mother-in-law. So anyways, Jesus is healing people, and sandwiched between these two miraculous events is the story we just read that ended with this: and his servant was healed at that moment. That's the finale of the story. But how does the story begin? Well, the Bible says it like this: when Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking for help. Now, a centurion would have been a Roman officer, a military officer in the Roman government. He would have been a high-ranking official. A centurion of Rome would have had 100 men assigned to him. So 100 different soldiers would have been at the beck and call of this centurion. And he comes to Jesus asking for help. This has been a very powerful, prominent, put-together individual who needs Jesus. And this is what he says. Lord, he said, Lord, my servant lies at home paralyzed, suffering terribly. And Jesus said to him, shall I come and heal him? And the centurion replied, Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but, he said, just say the word, and my servant will be healed. In other words, I don't even need you to come to my house. I don't even need you to come into the dwelling where my servant is. I've heard about you. I've been watching you. I've been following you. I've seen you, and I believe in you. And Jesus, if you would just say the word, you're so powerful. It doesn't matter that we're 12 city blocks away from my house. It doesn't matter that we're a distance away from where my servant lies. If you just say it from here, I know in my heart he would be healed there. That's some kind of faith. You say it here, he'll be healed in a moment.
Wow, such a great verse from Matthew chapter 8. And what I want to point out is just a little bit further into what Stu was talking about as well. He talked about this being a virtual healing, right? And that's so exciting, but also it makes this centurion's faith even bigger when you point out, when you do a little bit digging, you find out that this was actually the first time this would ever happen. He wasn't asking for a repeat of anything that was in the past. He was asking for a new thing. This had never been done before, so he was asking for a whole new type of miracle. And Jesus honors that big faith because we all know what happens next is that his servant was healed. I just want to share that with you as some sermon thoughts on Sunday. Don't forget to join a group this week, and you can share your big faith and share community and do life with others.